You know how sometimes people say, "Oh, if I could go back and tell my younger self just one thing?" Yeah, well, I've got about 57 things I'd tell myself, but for today, I'm going to boil it down to just a handful that took me over 5 years to figure out. And trust me, you can hear it all in the next 9 minutes. Grab a drink, sit back, and let's get real. Because if I'd learned this earlier, I'm pretty sure life would have felt a lot smoother. Or at least, I wouldn't have spent as much time wondering what the heck I was doing. Lesson 1. Perfection is overrated. Okay, here's the first big one. Perfection is a scam. Seriously. For years, I thought I had to get things just right. Whether it was a project, a conversation, or even something simple like how I arranged my books. I was obsessed with getting it perfect. And you know what? I never got there. The funny part is, by the time I thought I was ready, someone else had already done it. And they weren't even sweating the details. Sometimes done really is better than perfect. So, if you're holding off on something because you're waiting for perfection, trust me, it's not coming. Go for good enough and you can tweak it later. Lesson 2. Consistency beats motivation. All right, lesson 2. Motivation is unreliable. Yeah, I said it. I used to think I'd only succeed when I was feeling it. Spoiler alert, I wasn't feeling it most days. But consistency? That's the secret sauce. Let me give you an example. I tried to get fit about 1,000,000 times. I went hard for a week, then ghosted the gym for 3 months. Sound familiar? The thing that worked wasn't a burst of motivation. It was showing up twice a week, every week, even if all I did was stretch and leave. Over time, it actually stuck. Whatever your goal is, just keep showing up. Momentum builds quietly but powerfully. Lesson 3. Most people aren't thinking about you. This one hit me hard. Most people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. I wasted so much energy worrying about what people would say. If I wore this, if I said that, if I tried something new, all of it felt like the whole world was watching. Turns out they weren't. People are busy with their own stuff, and even if they do notice, it's like a passing cloud. Once I realized this, life felt a lot lighter. It's liberating when you accept that you're the main character in your own story, but just a side note in everyone else's. Lesson 4. Learn to say no without apologizing. Oh man, this was a tough one. You can say no without explaining yourself to death. For so long, I thought saying no needed a 3-paragraph essay attached. Sorry, I can't make it because insert overly detailed reason here. Sound familiar? You don't owe anyone that level of explanation. A simple, "Hey, I can't this time," is enough. People respect boundaries when you respect yours. The best part? Once you get comfortable with this, you reclaim so much energy. You start filling your time with things that actually matter to you. Lesson 5. Growth looks messy. All right, here's the final gem for today. Growth is not aesthetic. Look, I love those aesthetic study with me videos as much as anyone. But real growth? It's not pretty. It's staying up late, wrestling with ideas that don't quite fit. It's feeling awkward in new environments. It's failing and trying again, and maybe again after that. If your journey looks chaotic, that's a good sign. It means you're actually moving. And that's what matters. Don't get caught up in the polished highlight reels. Embrace the mess. So there you have it. 5+ years of trial, error, and a lot of facepalming compressed into under 10 minutes. Hopefully something here clicks for you a little sooner than it did for me, and if not, hey, life's a long game. We're all figuring it out as we go. Now go get started, mess it up, learn something new. I'll be here with another round of lessons in about 5 more years.